video on pasta alla Gricia. I always pronounce it wrong. Greasy pasta, is what my friends' kids call it, much to my amusement. It was the using of the lard in the pan, and they went, "Ooh, greasy pasta." But anyway, so a little bit different. I kind of thought it's just basically pasta with a cheesy sauce and bacon. And I kind of thought, I think we can cut down on the pasta, and I think we can put some vegetables in it. So I've done noodles of vegetables. There is before. I need to put timer on 5 minutes. So cook the pasta for 5 minutes. I fried off the bacon till it's crisp. We have got the fat from the bacon in the pan. It's the same kind of method, but we're going to add some noodles of vegetables to it. So there was 400 grams of carrots and 400 grams of courgettes. And I have used the famous Japanese finger slicer to put them into noodles of vegetables. Now, courgettes, it gets in the centre, it gets a bit pappy, and there's not much to it in the centre. So you're best off just using a couple of runs on the outside. So you're left with a bit of waste, but we'll do something with that. So there's 400 grams of carrots and there's 400 grams of courgettes, which we've cut into julienne strips like that, noodles. And then there's a bit of waste, the carrots, but we'll do something with the waste. I did peel the carrots. So what we're going to do, and then, so the recipe is, so like 400 grams of each of the vegetables. I'm cooking 125 grams, no, 150 grams of pasta. I just wanted to use slightly less pasta today because it's going to be bulked out with vegetables. There was 125 grams of bacon, that was before the cooking, and there is 75 grams of hard Italian cheese. I don't know what it is, it's just the cheap stuff from the supermarket that just says hard Italian cheese. So, the pasta cooks in the pan for half the time that it's supposed to cook for, and then we finish off in the lard from the bacon, and that forms the sauce. If you've seen a video on making pasta alla Gricia, I pronounced that wrong. I know I have. It's quite insulting, really. I should learn how to pronounce it properly. You make the sauce in the pan using the pasta water and I need a ladle before I forget, and the starch that comes out of the pasta, which forms the sauce with the lard and the cheese, and that's what you get the cheese sauce from. And I think that what we can do is, at the same time that we're cooking the pasta, we can cook these vegetables are raw. We can cook the vegetables in there as well, and we'll get some liquid. No, that's just dawned on me. We'll get some liquid coming out of the vegetables. We'll get some flavour coming out of the vegetables from that, which will make the sauce even nicer, and it'll be a little bit healthier because it's not just pasta. It's got some vegetables in it. So we'll cook those at the same time. So carrots will take a little bit longer. So when we put the pasta in the pan, we'll add the carrots, and then just as it's about to get ready, we'll cook the courgettes. I think, yeah, I'm winging it. I haven't done this before, and then we'll see if it works. We'll see if it works. I can't see why it wouldn't. So that's the theory, anyway. I'm not going to cook it in real time because the pasta's going to take a little bit longer than I thought. Yeah. So how do we describe it? Yeah, so the sauce is like an emulsion that you make in the bottom. The water from the pasta and the vegetables emulsifies together with the fat, and like when you're making a salad dressing, and that's what forms the basis of the sauce. It's pretty straightforward, it's pretty delicious. I'm using Guanchiale, which I made myself. Don't have to, you can just use fatty, cheap bacon. In fact, in the description, I've costed it that it's just cheap supermarket bacon, like fatty bacon. It's just that the difference between, mind you, the difference between making your own bacon and bacon you buy in the supermarket or from the butchers is vastly different anyway. So, and because the guanciale is like another step up from homemade bacon. So You don't get the same kind of flavour if you're just using cheap bacon, but you get the same kind of effect. And there's not many people out there who are actually going to make their own guanciale. I did, because it was a bit of fun. But not many people are going to do that, and it's quite expensive to buy. It's about £15–20 per guanciale. So, come on, pasta. I've run out of things to say. Oh, it's quite soft. It's on. Oh, it's on. That's okay. Do we need to pause? No, because as soon as I pause, the timer will go off. I'll pause. I'll be back on when the timer's on. When the timer goes. Right, we're near enough ready. So, pasta off. And into the pan. That. Turn the pan up. Bit of water, not as much water from the pasta this time, because we're going to get water out of the vegetables. Maybe too much vegetables. Maybe should have used less. But we'll see how we go. Certainly need to put some salt in. You don't have to buy one of those Japanese finger slicers, the mandolins. You can buy like a peeler that's got ridges on it. So you can buy like these speed peelers, but they've got ridges on, so it cuts things into strips. You don't need to. Those used to be quite cheap, did those mandolins, but they're starting getting. I think they're about 35 quid now. They used to be about a tenner. It just seems, for a bit of plastic with a blade on, it just seems rather expensive. Alright, so the carrots are softening, that's a good thing. See, at the bottom of the pan there, we've got the water coming out of the carrots. And it's emulsifying with the fat from the bacon. It's all very exciting. Oh no, I think there's a nice amount of carrot there. So we just need to move it around, and what's going to happen is the starch comes out of the pasta and mixes with the water and the fat, and that's what makes our sauce. It's it gives the impression of a very chefy thing to make is this, but it's not. It's not. Well, it is a chefy thing, but it's pretty straightforward. And we need some more salt in that. I think with most of cooking, there's the fear of getting it wrong. And you just have to be a little bit brave sometimes. So, that's quite a lot of water. We don't need to add any more water. Carrots smell good though. I think. Now I'll read the pasta. I think we're almost there. Yeah, we'll get the courgette in now. Courgette's going to take about a minute to cook. Oops. There's still plenty of water in the bottom there. You can always add a little bit more water. It's always just difficult to take things away. Certain things like salt and pepper and sugar, you can always add a little bit more. Difficult to take things away. to form a sauce. I did, when I made the proper version of this, I added loads of water to make the sauce. It's a little bit different this time because the vegetables are going to release some of their liquid as they cook, which is going to make the sauce taste better. But I'm just concerned that I don't want too much liquid. It's just about. Is the pasta ready? The pasta will be ready. Courgette will be almost ready. Okay. Certainly looks prettier. And we're done. Right, so courgettes are definitely cooked. Still nice and crunchy, so take it off and then add the cheese and see what happens. Yeah, we're getting there. It's quite a thin sauce, so it just wants to melt the cheese and coat the pasta. It smells really good. And it looks a little bit more Chinese-y does this now. There we go. That's all right. I think that's going to be a success. Might need a little bit less water in it, maybe a little bit. It doesn't need any more cheese. It might need a little less water, but you can see that the sauce is formed in the bottom of the pan. And it's coated the pasta. And it's coated the vegetables. So, bacon in, and then we'll use it. So, as you can see, so you'll see on the tongs, the cheese is melted and that's what it's formed the sauce. There. And a bit of pepper. Quite a lot of pepper. There we go. That works. Hey. Well, I don't know if it is a healthier version. I don't know what food's good for you anymore, to be honest. There we go. The sauce is nice. It's coated everything. There we go. Don't that look good? Don't that look pretty? There we go. Pasta alla Gricia with vegetables instead of some of the pasta. Yeah, that's a success. I've had a few failures recently. No, there's no failures. There's only learning experiences. But yeah, so I'll taste that there and I'll take a picture. It's going to be nice. It should be. That's really good. That's really good. Because you're not cooking the vegetables. Sorry, I've finished eating. Because you're not cooking the vegetables beforehand, all the flavour from the vegetables goes into the sauce and mixes with the bacon of the pasta and the cheese. That's really nice, is that. Someone must have made something similar to this before. They must have. I can't remember something new. There will be something out there, but that's really nice. Is that takes that to another level? Yeah, I don't know if you want to try it, but that is delicious. absolutely delicious. I'm going to enjoy eating that. But there we go. Pasta alla, I don't know. I don't know what. I'll see if there is someone out there who's made it. They might have, but yeah. If you want to cut down on the carbohydrates, and want to make it a little bit more healthy, and get some more vegetables in your diet, that's the way to do it. That's lovely, is that? I'm going to enjoy that. But anyway, pasta alla, I don't know. There we go.